ChatGPT for the savvy business owner. When I was creating this training for today, I have some really good prompts for you guys towards the end of the training that's going to help you be able to copy and paste right into ChatGPT to get the prompts that you want for your marketing. I'm really excited about that. I gave them to my team earlier, and we've already started implementing them. So in case you're new here, I'm Caitlin. I'm the owner of Influence Marketing Studio, and I'm the face behind Social Marketing Queen on Instagram. We do offer full service social media management. If you are ever looking for someone to take over your social media, we can do it for you. Go to influencestudio.com. And then we also have our monthly membership, which this class was free to our members today. I know a lot of people signed up, but they're not here live because they wanted the training for afterwards. So I will be sending that over to them by email after we get done here. So our agenda for today, we're going to go over why ChatGPT is your secret weapon for leveling up your business. We're going to deep dive into how it actually works, what you should know about it. There are some legal things you need to know about ChatGPT, and how it is protecting you. I know it can be a little scary in the AI world. And then we'll also go over some tips for creating prompts that help you get the best out of ChatGPT. It's all about writing stuff with context so that ChatGPT does give you the right answers and you're not having to like manipulate things too much. Hey, Jessica. All right, cool. So let's just get into it. What is ChatGPT? So you guys probably know this, but it's a natural language processing tool driven by AI technology. This allows us to have a human-like conversation and much more with the chatbot. The language model can answer questions, assist you with tasks such as composing emails, essays, code, all the above. It was created in 2022 and officially launched then by OpenAI and its research company. And you can access ChatGPT for free just by going to chat.openai.com. Now, there is a paid version when you pay for it, which I believe is the next one. Yeah, I'll get into that actually. ChatGPT is free to use regardless of what you use it for. If you're using it for writing, coding, teaching you a skill, anything like that, it's totally free. But there is a subscription option. It's $20 a month. What that does is it guarantees users extra perks. So there is access to ChatGPT 4, which is a faster chat model. And that also allows ChatGPT to get stuff from the internet by a plugin. Right now, if you were to use ChatGPT for free, it pretty much can do the same thing, but it can only go back to, I believe, 2021 as far as information goes. If you wanted information further back from that, then you would want to pay for the subscription. I know I have it in here, how far back it goes, so I'll give you the actual date in a minute. But just some fun little facts about ChatGPT. It can actually understand and generate text in natural language. It actually has the ability to answer your questions, create text, perform language translations. It can simulate conversations and so much more. I've had fun with, grabbing like a sentence and asking ChatGPT to write this in Chinese or write this in Spanish just to see how it works. ChatGPT does have the ability to maintain context over a conversation. So you could start a conversation with ChatGPT and talk to it and then ask it a question about that original question, and it's going to be able to answer it because of the context. That's what makes it super suitable for multi-turn conversations. I love being able to ask it one thing and then we'll like start a conversation about that. And then I can ask it to get even nitty-grittier by going back to the original question. My personal favorite when using ChatGPT, I don't just use it for business. Hello, Jill. So good to see you on camera. It's not just good for work-wise, but I can create chores list for my son or get a packing list or grocery shopping, like anything that you need, ChatGPT can give it to you. It's like your fairy godmother on steroids in the internet realm, but the possibilities are truly endless. Now, one thing I did learn when I was doing all the research for this class, which I really liked, is that there are guidelines and policies in place to prevent misuse. So like basically all these people talking about how these robots are going to take all of our information and go do something bad with it really truly can't really happen. But you are encouraged to be ethical when you are using ChatGPT, and they do save your questions. So don't be asking him how to kill your husband or anything like that, because you'll probably get reported and get in trouble. So just letting you know. Not that I've ever looked that up. My husband's in the room right now. Just kidding. All right. So why should you use ChatGPT? So I'm giving you guys a couple benefits before we get into the real nitty gritty, but there's some things that people don't even understand that ChatGPT can do. So first and foremost is the enhanced customer support. You could use ChatGPT, you can connect it to your messaging software so that it's able to help you with 24/7 customer support. Facebook is actually working on this right now. I don't know if you guys have seen the new AI chatbots, but when you talk to them, you're talking with ChatGPT. I don't know if you guys have heard about how Facebook is actually using like celebrity AI. So there's one AI chatbot that actually looks like Kendall Jenner, but it's not her. It was made through AI. It's really creepy and weird, but they're allowed to do it. There's also the efficient content generation. So what that means is ChatGPT can help businesses automate content creation. It can help you make product descriptions, blog posts, social media content, all the above. Speaking of real estate, my husband wrote a listing description the other day. Now, did he have to go in there and tweak it a little bit? Yes. I always tell people, you can make ChatGPT do whatever you want, but always go in there and give it your own personal flair so it doesn't sound like it's from ChatGPT. But truly, there is so much you can do with it. A couple other things I like about it too, it can communicate in multiple languages, and then it can also handle a huge influx of customer inquiries. So if you do get to this level where you can't handle everything on your own, ChatGPT can help you scale your business. A couple other things I liked about it too is that when you do ask ChatGPT questions, you're always going to get consistent responses in messaging. So that helps reduce the risk of, inconsistent communication, spelling errors, all that stuff. Early adopters of AI technology can gain a competitive edge by delivering a more efficient, personalized experience. I, for one, can say I push off ChatGPT as long as I could just because everyone was doing it. But as soon as we did decide to implement it in the business, we've saved ourselves so much time just doing these little minute tasks that we didn't even realize ChatGPT could do for us. Yeah, and this last one. Trying to think, I had something to say about that, the innovative marketing one. I'll get back to that one. Let's hop into how it actually works. So there's kind of three things that happen when you start to use ChatGPT. So first, ChatGPT is running on a language model architecture. It was created by OpenAI, and it basically will take information from the internet, websites, books, news articles, and more, and that's how it gives you your information. So you are getting good information. Now, I have read some discrepancies about the accuracy, so we'll get into that in a second, but I kind of looked at the difference between why people are using ChatGPT over Google. So there's a couple different things there. One, ChatGPT is a language model created to hold a conversation with the end user, whereas Google's not having a conversation with you. It's just indexing web pages on the internet to help you find your information. So it's not like one's better than the other because they really do two different things. But what I did read is that if you are looking for up-to-date, accurate information, a search engine would be the better, smarter option, just because, like I told you guys, like the free version of ChatGPT doesn't go as far back as we want it to. Now, if you're going to pay and invest for the ChatGPT 4, you are going to get the most relevant information, but you just got to think about the timing of things there too when you are talking to it. Another major difference between the two, there it is, the 2021. So I said 2022. ChatGPT only has access to information up to 2021. So if it happened after 2021, like if it happened this year, ChatGPT, the regular one, probably doesn't have that information. So if you're trying to talk to them about Taylor and Kelsey right now, probably not going to know anything about it because it happened this year. I put an example in here too. If you talked about who won the World Cup in 2022, it wouldn't be able to give you an accurate response, but Google would. Like all language models, it does have limitations. So there are times when it can give you nonsensical answers or incorrect information. So it is important to double check the data that it gives you. I want y'all to be sure that you are just looking it over. Don't just take what ChatGPT says and then paste it somewhere. Make sure you're fact checking. I'm sure that it's going to get better with time to where we're not going to have to do that, but in its new phases, we should be sure that we're double checking stuff. And then another cool thing, which I do appreciate for ChatGPT, is that it will reject inappropriate requests. So if people are on there trying to be weird, it's probably not going to be weird back with you. Is there a ChatGPT detector? So this was one of the biggest things. I had a class about AI a couple weeks ago, and there's always that sense of like, oh my gosh, if I write a blog using ChatGPT, is Google going to be able to tell that it was, AI that was writing it for me instead of human? So here's what I found on that. So in January of this year, OpenAI, who started ChatGPT, they released the free tool to target this problem. They had a tool that you could take stuff written by AI and put it in this tool, and it would tell you if it was likely written by AI or if it was humanly written. Now, apparently the tool was not performing very well. So 6 months after it was released, it was shut down because it just, the rate of accuracy was pretty low. So what this was telling me is that maybe they actually can't tell as much as we think it can. I know when the girls use it to write blogs, I make them go back in and, rewrite some of the phrases so that it sounds more human-like. But truly, when I'm reading these blogs, they sound human-like. So for a program to be able to tell me like, oh, this was written by a ChatGPT, or oh, this was written by a human, like I couldn't even tell the difference. So it makes sense why this tool was pulled. But a study did show that humans might be able to detect AI written text by looking for politeness. That was one of the biggest keys of how they found out if it was written by AI or not, was if it was like polite wording. Studies results indicate that ChatGPT's writing style is extremely polite. So I thought that was kind of cool. Unlike humans, it cannot produce responses that include metaphors, irony, or sarcasm. So just some information to help you guys. If you are using it to write listing descriptions, product descriptions, blogs, just make sure you are double checking for accuracy. And then, if you want to add in the human element, add your own metaphor when you're talking about something, or, a little bit of sarcasm in there if you want to make it more human-like. So this is kind of the holy grail of this training today, is how to write prompts that ChatGPT can actually distinguish and answer and give you good answers for. So the other day, me and Darby were playing around with it, and I told her how important it was to kind of give some context to ChatGPT when you're asking it questions, because then it's going to give you better information. So let's kind of go through these. First, I'm going to give you the tips, and then I'm going to give you the actual prompts. So there's 6 really important tips here that you're going to be interested in. So first and foremost, prompts dictate what ChatGPT tells you. So if you want a helpful response, you have to give it useful phrases, instructions, some context about what you're talking about. The messages that you provide to ChatGPT are going to shape your conversation, and you're going to get a better response from it. So first and foremost, as I said, was provide context, contextual details. The best prompts for ChatGPT incorporate relevant details to help the platform understand you better. So this could be like information, like background information, specific facts, user preferences. I'm going to give you guys an example here. So you could write something like, hey, ChatGPT, write me a sales pitch. But when you do that, you're going to get a very much fill in the blank kind of thing. So what happens is, when I told ChatGPT to write me a sales pitch, it gave me this right here, and it said like product X. So it didn't really tailor the response to what I was asking. So this is introducing product X, the future of innovation. Are you ready to experience a groundbreaking leap in technology and convenience? Like, I was reading this and I was just like, what, this has nothing to even do with my product. So this is my example of showing you, you can give it generic and it's going to give you this made up bullcrap generic response. But look at the prompt here. Oh shoot, I cut the prompt off. So the prompt here was, I told you guys, write a sales pitch. And it gave me this generic thing. Then I said, craft a compelling sales pitch for a new health and wellness product targeted at busy professionals. So looking at this prompt here, you guys could steal this. Craft a compelling sales pitch for a, what kind of product is it? Is it a 2-story home in Orlando, or is it this health and wellness clean skincare product? I know someone said that that's what they do. And then you want to say targeted at who? Who is your target audience there? So for me, I put busy professionals, which is AKA entrepreneurs. But this is where you need to get in the mind of your target audience. Are they do they work a 9-to-5 job? Are they a work from home mom? Are they millionaires? Do they have disposable income? Whatever you can say about your target audience is going to help ChatGPT write a more specific prompt back to you for that specific person. So once I was able to give ChatGPT this prompt instead, they were able to spit back out, introducing blank, your path to peak wellness. Again, it's hitting that exact pain point of the target audience I gave them. What else is cool is if we go back to this generic one, are you ready to experience a groundbreaking leap in technology and convenience? That just sounds so to me. But when we go over here, are you a busy professional, constantly juggling work, meetings, and deadlines? Oh my God, yes, they're talking to me. So you can just see the difference in the response there whenever we were very specific about who we're talking to. Another tip for you guys when you're creating these prompts is to feed it content or reference it to something. So as I told you right now, ChatGPT can't browse the internet except if you have the paid subscription or a plugin. So if you want it to reference specific information, you have to give it context. So for example, like I can't say, hey, go look at this website and then give me a sales pitch on it. It wasn't able to access that website for me. So instead, what I did there is I told them kind of what type of content we post for influence marketing. And I told them our tone of voice and our style. And with that, ChatGPT was able to start helping me make captions for Instagram, some hooks for my reels, because I told them exactly who I was. So if you need a consistent style and tone, if you want fact checking and accuracy, here's what you can do. So for the consistent style and tone, if you want everything to stay consistent when it gives you like a sales pitch or a listing description or whatever it is, share content that will help ChatGPT keep your brand or writing tone consistent. And that could mean that you are copying an old blog post, you're copying an old product description, you know, you're giving them something that you already had and saying, hey, use this for reference, write me a new blog post, and then paste in that old blog post or whatever it was. Hey, use this YouTube video with the title, How to Make X in X Days as reference. Now make me more headlines for my YouTube video. So you're using something that you already had and telling them to make more of it. The next thing is for fact checking and accuracy. You can give ChatGPT verified information or resources to help it produce more reliable, accurate responses. So if there was a report that said XXX, you know, you can start the conversation like, hi, ChatGPT, it was reported that XXX did this. Can you tell me what you think will happen in the future or something like that? And it'll be able to take that context and give you a better response. You can also specify guidelines, whether it's like legal or compliance requirements, especially in real estate. You know, if you're making a Facebook post, you might want to tell them, hey, I need a Facebook post, but I need it to be in compliance with Georgia fair housing rules or something like that. When you tell it that, it's going to make sure that it abides by that. And then information later than September 2021. ChatGPT is trained up until September 2021. If you want ChatGPT to learn and use a fact after this date, then you're going to have to tell it, like, you have to provide that information because it does not have access to it. Number 4, clearly state the desired topic or tax. You have to be very explicit when you are writing stuff. Again, this goes back to don't write generic prompts to GPT. You want to give it a very focused, very like, for example, instead of this generic prompt, talk about marketing strategies. That's super generic. It's not specific. So instead, when I change it to this, I get a better response. Instead of talk about marketing strategies, I'll say, explain 3 effective digital marketing strategies for a small business, or provide tips for optimizing Google ad campaigns. Just be very, very specific. That is my biggest tip when it comes to ChatGPT. You can also set parameters. So you can specify constraints to guide a response. For example, like maybe you want to take this blog post and turn it into a LinkedIn post. So what you would say is, hey, ChatGPT, take this blog post and turn it into a 150 word post for LinkedIn. See how I'm giving it the parameter of 150 word count. You can see right here, write 10 SEO headline examples in 170 characters or less. The other day I was doing, I work with Drippy and they're doing a Jeopardy game for creators. And I had to come up with like 10 questions surrounded around Instagram trends. So I literally went to ChatGPT and said, hi, I need questions for Jeopardy. I need 10 of them based around what's trending on Instagram right now. And it was able, well, it didn't give me what was trending right now. It went back before 2021, but it still gave me all of the questions I asked for because I specified I need 10 questions. And y'all feel free to pop questions in the chat if you have them while I'm talking. I'm going to take one breather real quick and take a sip of my tea. More about the context, specify your format. So if you're providing the output format in a ChatGPT response, make sure that you tell them what you're looking for. For example, write a 500-word, 5-paragraph essay on the perks of being a wildflower or a wallflower, and it literally gave me everything I needed there. Basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is if you want a particular format, if you want a short story or a meta description, or if you want a blog or a long form essay, just make sure you specify that and ChatGPT can do that. So here are some prompts that will help you with your social media marketing, specifically for your industry. So the first one, I talked about this earlier, was you can create a LinkedIn post under 150 words using this. Insert copy here. So what I did for this was I took an old Instagram caption and I pasted that in as the copy. And then it took my Instagram caption and wrote it into a LinkedIn post. Why do that? Excuse me. A lot of people will just reshare the same content onto multiple platforms. We do it all the time. But if you want to stop the scroll and make people want to follow you on other channels, then you have to maybe change up the content a little bit. You can't have the same thing every time, or they're just going to be like, why should I follow them there? I'm already following them on Instagram. So that's one way to kind of change it up, is to take something from another social platform, put it into ChatGPT, and then tell it to do a spin for LinkedIn. Another one I really liked was the create an Instagram carousel with blank number of slides using this copy. So maybe like you have like this blog about buying a home during the holidays. You can tell ChatGPT, hey, I need an Instagram carousel about buying a home during the holidays, or whatever it is you're doing. Also in there, write persuasive Google ad copy. You could also say write persuasive Facebook ad copy for a campaign targeting blank keyword, focusing on our product, blank, using this. See how it's very, very specific. The next one, craft an email to my customers for Influence Marketing Studio who have not purchased from us in 12 months. Include this offer. Write 10 CTA messages about my free Reels challenge. I want 20 combinations of one header and one subheading, and it just spits it out for me. Another one that you can use, especially for scripting video, whether it's YouTube, Reels, or TikTok, you can tell ChatGPT to write you a 30-second YouTube script. Write me a 15-second Instagram Reel script on blank using blank. You could tell it to write you 10 video scripts for this week and then record them all, batch record them all, schedule them all out. You're done for the week with your marketing. Writing a weekly newsletter. Again, you need to make sure you're including the headings, 2 to 3 sentences. See how I'm being very specific with what I'm asking it to do. The next one, come up with blank YouTube video ideas for blank about blank. Turn the data below into a case study. If you guys don't know what a case study is, this is a way kind of for you to show off like a testimonial or a review. Maybe you're telling someone's story from start to finish. This is actually a really good one. So someone in the chat, drop your industry for me. Whoever replies first, I'll use you as the example. Okay, coffee. Coffee roaster and retail coffee shop. Okay. I like this. All right. So the case study, the case study for a coffee shop could literally, you could tell a story, and this doesn't have to be a real. Here's the thing. Case studies are supposed to be about real people and what really happened and real results, but not everybody has them. Not everybody knows everyone's story. When people have a really good experience, they're not as likely to share about it versus when they have a negative experience. So sometimes we have to make up stories, and this is where this will come in for you. With ChatGPT, you could tell it that you wanted to make a case story about someone that just could not find the right coffee. The challenge is that everything tasted bitter at all the other coffee stores, but then boom, the solution is they visited your coffee shop and they tried insert whatever coffee it was, and they've been back every day for the last 7 days. Okay, that's all you're going to tell ChatGPT. If you enter that, ChatGPT is going to write you like a 5-paragraph essay about how Joe Schmo was walking down the road. He was really depressed because he had tried so many coffee shops around Highlands County that he just couldn't find the perfect taste. Your mind will be blown on what ChatGPT writes you, but he's going to write you this story about Joe Schmo. And then you're going to have that story now to tell for an elevator pitch, an Instagram post, an Instagram story, a case study for someone to download. Why should you buy our coffee? Well, learn how Joe Schmo changed his life by drinking our coffee. So there's your example there. Hopefully that helps you. But anyone can do that with any product, any service. You make it up, name the person that you want. His name doesn't have to be Joe Schmo. It can be Sam, whatever you want. ChatGPT can write it for you. There's also a landing page in there. I also put in here too, which I think is really awesome. Every one of us should be doing this. I should be doing this. I want to work on this today. Propose a referral program to incentivize your existing customers to refer either your product or your service to their own networks. Like that one right there. If you have homework for this week, this is going to be it right here. Make a referral program with ChatGPT, especially with the holidays coming. Like this is your perfect segue to get all mushy, gushy, emotional and talk about your referral program. Let's see, I got some questions. That is helpful. Would that be a good time to feed ChatGPT reviews from Yelp to use for a case study? Yes, Danielle, put a review there. That is a very good one. Let me go back real quick. Challenge, solution, result. Yeah, so the data could be the review right there. So you need to put in the challenge, the solution, which was your coffee, And then the result, that's where you're going to make up the result. Or if you saw on the review, actually, your review is going to tell you what the result was. So you have it all there. Yes, that's your data to paste in there. Referral program, we talked about that. How many of you guys have an email list that you're doing? Are you grabbing email list? Okay. Okay. How are you guys? Tell me about your email list. Are you offering a freebie in exchange to get on the email list, or like how are you selling them to join your email list? Because this is another ChatGPT prompt is, how do I get people to join my mailing list? ChatGPT is going to give you like 10 different answers on how to join your mailing list. Okay, Danielle gives a discount if you join. Okay, cool. I've got a couple myself. I give a free Reels challenge if people will give me their email. I've also got like a free bio checklist. If you want to check your bio and make sure that it's performing well and it's fully optimized, download my free checklist. This is all connected in my Stand store. You can also, any email provider that you're using typically has forms for you. So I'm using Flowdesk. And then there's a way to create a form, and then people can input their information, and the form sends out my freebie as soon as they give me their email. Candace says, I just offer information. Be the first to know about specials and workshops, new product launches. Okay. That's a good one. If you want to 5 times your input though, and get more people to sign up, give them something tangible, not just free tips, but think of a freebie that you could offer. And again, that's where you can go back into ChatGPT too and say, hi, I do this for a living and I want to grow my email list. What are some free lead magnets that I could offer my customers? That's what it's called, as a lead magnet. Okay. Getting back to my notes here. Thanks. Okay, cool. Taglines. This is another one that we used the other day, was to come up with like a really good holiday brand campaign. We asked ChatGPT to come up with some holiday heart-wrenching taglines. They make you feel like fuzzy and warm for the holidays. That was a good one. Here's where I just told you guys, ask ChatGPT. You can ask them to design a lead magnet or downloadable resource to attract potential customers to our website. You'll put in your website. And then here's information about our product to help you, or service, whichever one it is. And you just tell it a little bit about what you do. ChatGPT is going to give you some tangible freebies to create. And then that's when you'd go over to Canva and create them. The last one there was come up with X Instagram story ideas for influence marketing studio, relevant to entrepreneurs that are struggling with their marketing in this brand voice. And then you've got your stories for the week. So as you can see, there is a crap ton of prompts that you can ask ChatGPT for. I do have some other ones in here too. Write an introduction for a blog post using these keywords. Help me come up with a tutorial video. Everyone needs videos for their YouTube channel. So you can ask ChatGPT to help you with some tutorial-like videos. Creating a checklist for conducting market research. If you want to see what your competitors are doing, ChatGPT can help you with that. Blog post, and then again, podcast episode too, which I have not touched on, but it will write you a complete script if you want to do a podcast on your business, which was crazy to me. Now with the holiday season coming in, I also added in a couple different advertising campaign prompts for you as well. I do think that everyone, with Black Friday coming, I know not everyone has a Black Friday deal. I mean, think about it like a realtor. I don't mean to keep talking about the realtor, but realtors don't really have Black Friday specials, right? But ChatGPT could help you make something like, hey, I don't have a physical product for you, but I'm offering coffee to anybody that wants a free home evaluation. And then you provide them with their home valuation and that free little $5 gift card to Starbucks. That's your Black Friday special. Feel free to also, if you need help with a Black Friday idea, drop your industry, your business name in the chat, and I can get one for you. But once you like think about that, that's when you can go to ChatGPT and tell them to make an advertising campaign for you based on this, with this target audience. this many messages is what I need, this many slogans, and it's going to give you all of that for you. It can even come up with the strategy itself. It can, beside it just giving you the slogan or the keywords or, the copy there, it can actually strategize. Hey, here's what you're going to do. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and it'll write it all out for you.